Holiday greetings, Online English 12 students. There's my little tiny sad tree. It's really little. That's okay. I'm making my video ahead of time so that during the holiday I don't have to freak out and not have it done because it's New Year's weekend or something like that. We're in the home stretch, so I'm going to release all of the work that you need to do between now and the final exam day. The final exam day is just, you're going to take an assessment from Common Lit, one of those skills assessments. And so that'll be through that, and I'll put the link in closer to the final exam. But after the Frankenstein unit, the powers that be have informed me that we're going to do Unit 6 of Common Lit in a highly condensed version since we don't have many days. And so you're going to read you're going to read 2 different pieces that are essays, and then you're going to listen to a lecture, which is in a slide deck that I put in materials in content for D2L. So it looks like this. This is the planning paper. You'll have to read through it, and then you'll need to come up with your own research question based on the information that you learned by reading the 3 pieces. Okay, I know I'm not making sense. So you're going to be reading something called What is Community and Why is it Important? And that is a set of essays. You're going to be listening to a lecture that, again, is in a slideshow in materials. And that's called The Social Brain and Its Powers. And then you're reading an essay called The End of Solitude. And each of those pieces, the 3 pieces, have your typical stuff that we've been doing where you have to answer questions. Again, there's partner activities, but since you're online and individual, just answer what you can and skip like the discussion parts, which is only 1. The rest you should be able to answer. Okay, so those you'll get points for doing. You'll need to read those to come up with your research question. You can use the materials that we're reading about for research if you want to, but you can also use search engines. And I've supplied a bunch of them to you on D2L in the links and also in this assignment. So once you've read the 3 pieces and done the work for those, you need to come up with a question of, let's see, that expresses your curiosity about the human need for connection. That's literally what the prompt is. Once you generate your question, which needs to be unique, you can't have the same question as somebody else, then you'll conduct research. You have to have at least 3 sources. So because, again, we're racing to the finish line and don't have a lot of time, you're just doing a slideshow with your research, which means you can even just paraphrase, do bullet items as long as you cite your sources. You are going to need a works cited slide at the end, and I put a citation machine link in D2L for you as well. That's super easy. And in fact, if you end up in college and having to do a research paper, those kinds of things are really easy. They're called citation machines. You put in your information and you say how you need to cite your source. Like there's APA and there's MLA. They're 2 different styles of citing sources and doing research. So you'll need to have your resources on your last slide as well as citing your sources within the slides. So at least 3 sources, 10 slides minimum. Actually, you should have 1 extra one with the sources on the end. And you can do more if you want. For planning purposes, I have this. It'll be in D2L as an assignment. It's where you list your question and then the sources that you're going to use. And you'll get points for that as well. All right. Since I'm releasing this before Christmas break, you can start on it whenever you want. If you get bored over Christmas break and don't have a lot to do going on and you want to knock it out, you can. However, I don't expect you to do any work during a holiday. So you're welcome to, wait and start on it once we get back to school. All right. I think that's it for now. Happy holidays.